Hello, good morning, and welcome to this late morning taste challenge. This is going to count for Monday. So let me check that off of my little checklist here, my calendar book. Let's see, one. It's going to count for Friday. Sorry about that. All right. So I have to do Monday later. Okay. Fell behind. Didn't realize it. All right. Actually, that's not true. The Doohan, I did a solo review of Doohan's Irish Blended Whiskey. That was for Friday. So yeah. I'm not behind. All right. Doohan's will be posted tomorrow, I think. Pretty good stuff, too, by the way. We have Windsor Canadian, imported Windsor Canadian, blended Canadian whiskey, a supremely smooth whiskey made with waters born in the clear, clean Canadian Rockies. That's been their tagline. If you look at old advertisements from the 50s and 60s, it says supremely smooth. There's the crown for the Dominion of Canada, and you got this royal crest, blah, blah, blah. Aged 3 years. Made with only premium grains, meaning what? Mostly corn, maize, some rye whiskey, some barley, maybe a wheat. Aged 3 years, the minimum, and bottled in America, the United States of America, and it's now owned by Prestige Beverage Group. This is a brand that's been passed around over the years, but the current owner is Prestige Beverage Group of Minnesota. All right. I bought this at Winn-Dixie years ago on US Highway 61 southbound. In Destrehan, Louisiana, it was $10.99 a bottle. They have it at the local Winn-Dixie here. For the handle, you can get the handle bottle, which is like $18.99. But I have the brown glass regular bottle, and I have about 4 taste challenges left on that. If I'm lucky, more likely 3. Here's the Crown Royal Black, introduced in 2010 by Diageo, the second owners of Crown Royal. The first owners was Seagram's. You might do an internet search and see that the old bottles used to say Seagram's Crown Royal, but that company went out of business. There's still the Seagram's name, but the company's gone in 2000. And Diageo, meaning Guinness Beer Company, Diageo owns it now. All right, 80 proof. I've been wanting to go for my 2nd mile walk all morning, but it's been drizzling. We've been having incredible volumes of rainfall for 3 days straight now. It's crazy. I'm going to try to go in a little while after this. All right, 90 proof, aged in charred oak barrels, which gives it that dark mahogany appearance. Okay. CR Crown Royal. Now, the last one is Gibson's Finest Rare. I forgot about the Windsor. People had told me for years, try Windsor, try Windsor, try Windsor. And I kept saying, well, I'm waiting. And I finally tried it. It's really good. Is it as good as Crown Royal? Well, I'm not sure about that. I'm talking about the regular 80 proof Crown Royal Fine Deluxe, Fine Deluxe. Maybe so, maybe not so, but you can get it for half the price, so why not buy it? I would not say that Crown Royal is worth twice the price. No way. No way. No way. No way. And I would like to see people do a blind taste test with Windsor Canadian versus Crown Royal and see if they could really tell them apart. My feeling is they probably would not be able to tell them apart. And if they did, it might be like half the time. You know, like they did 10 taste challenges and half the time they got it right, which means why pay twice the price for Crown Royal when you get Windsor Canadian? Okay. Now look at now this is probably not a fair challenge because first of all, we do an 80 proof versus 90. We're doing regular used oak barrels from the USA versus charred oak barrels, probably new charred oak barrels for this specialty. This is $10.99. This is $27.97. $27.97, not 99. Strange, huh? You ever notice Walmart will have some very peculiar pricing, like $27.97, where every other store would be $27.99. So like the 2 pennies makes a difference with Walmart because they might sell, you know, 1 million bottles in 2 months. So it adds up. But I'm gonna have to close my eyes. I think, and I would really guarantee, if somebody asked me, would you put your money on it? I really would bet $10. But nobody would take me up on that bet because it would be obvious I would win. So I think the Crown Royal Black is going to be maybe not in the aroma. Okay, now in the aroma it could be difficult, but in the flavor, you get it that quick. It's going to be a snap. Question. $28 minus 11. That's $17. So is it really $17 better? I'll tell you what, that's a pretty tough question to answer. Because you're looking at the same size bottle, 750 milliliters. Okay, you get 10 proof more, but oh well, no big deal. And but every time you buy a bottle, you have to pay $11 more. So you buy 2 bottles, that's 22, 33, 44. You know, so it goes. You know, it's like, am I really gaining anything on this? We're about to find out. I think, to be fair, for everyday drinking, you wouldn't buy a Crown Royal Black anyway. You would just buy Crown Royal, $23 a bottle. You might buy Canadian Windsor for 11, and just go with that, doing highball, you know, making highballs and all that. Crown Royal Black is really not meant to be, I don't think, an everyday drinker. It's meant to be a specialty product. That's why it's got an elevated price point. It's sort of like when people come over, you say, oh, we're going to break out the Crown Royal Black, stuff like that. I just think, and that's a marginal thing. It's not super deluxe, you know. It's not Crown Royal XO. It's not aged in cognac barrels. It's not Crown Royal Reserve. It's not Crown Royal XL, $150 a bottle. So, I mean, we have to take that into account. It's sort of like the Crown Royal Deluxe is a Ford, and the Crown Royal Black is a Mercury. Where then you got the XL, that's the Lincoln, you know, the Lincoln. Okay. Do I intend to buy all the other expensive Crown Royals? I do intend to do that. I do actually intend to do that. It's just a matter of time, and time is fleeting, and time flies, and then it becomes a situation where you say, how do I actually do that? You know, like I want to buy the Buchanan's Master. I want to buy the Buchanan's 18-year age. I want to buy the Buchanan's Red Cap. I want to buy the what am I thinking of? The Johnny Walker Black, the double black, the green, the platinum. But it just gets away from you, and you say, well, you know, you're never going to really do it, but you want to do it. That's the goal, you know. And it's not like you're trying to fudge it where you can make excuses because you don't really want to spend the money. It isn't anything like that. It's just a matter of how can I do the taste challenges once a day, and do the solo reviews, and then get to each brand. You cannot actually do it. I got the Dewar's white label. I got Dewar's 12-year. And then there's Dewar's this, Dewar's that, this, that, this, that. And the price goes up, 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 up. It's really not the price that bothers me. I have the money. I can buy it. It's the time consideration, and that's the truth. I'm picking up charred oak. That's got to be the Crown Royal Black. You can see it. I can't. Where did I put the glass? Oh, I can feel it. I got to look, and I don't want to, you know, like knock the glass over. All right, taste challenge. I think this is the taste time. I think this is the Windsor. I'll know right now. Yeah. You know it's the Windsor because you're getting like honeycomb cereal. Yeah, honeycomb. Hard to explain. It's like sweet corn, little rye spice, like black pepper spice. Maybe a little barley bread, like single malt whiskey. It's pretty simple. It's kind of like along the lines of Crown Royal, Fine Deluxe, Fine Deluxe. I would say Canadian Club. I think Canadian Club has a little higher than average flavoring component, and Canadian Club has a little bit more of the sweetness that you would get with a honeycomb cereal. Really more of that, but it's in that territory at least. But this one is different, quite a bit different. It's along the lines of the Canadian Club 12-year age, which is dark. Probably they add coloring, but I don't think the Crown Royal Black does add coloring because they're saying they're aging it in charred oak for extra. You say, well, that could be 4 years. Who knows what it is? That's true. You're right, but it's probably more like, I think, 6 to 8 years. I got no way to back that up. It's just guesswork. I could be wrong, and people could be laughing, saying he's so stupid. It's so much younger than that. But I mean, if it is, fine. I need to see the documentation, though, not just, well, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend that, they were messing around with the recipe. So well, that's clearly the Crown Royal Black. I mean, it's just, you can't get it wrong. Well, I did get it wrong against the Crown Royal Fine Deluxe and the Crown Royal bourbon mash. But that's tricky because Crown Royal has, number one, a house style. Number two, I've noticed that the flavor differences one to the next is subtle. Now, when you do Crown Royal against other companies, then it's pretty different. So what makes it so different? You say, oh, they use 50 different whiskeys. That could be it. You might say, oh, it's a different yeast strain. The yeast might be that. But considering I have no real inside information about that, I don't know. So I'm going to call it, this is the Crown Royal Black. Obviously, I got it right. Haha. Fuego Diego says Crown Royal is pretty good for the price. I agree with that. Okay. So, question. Can you tell Crown Royal Black from more of a more common product like Windsor Canadian? Yes, I know it's bright here, but my face is not important. But you get a good view of the liquor, right? Look at that. Nice, right? Bright. Mahogany gold. Now, is it worth $11 more? Ale degustation. Hey, man, I watch your videos all the time. I would like to try. He's a member of Alcohol Eggs. I would like to try them both. I think you would like both of them. I think you would like the Windsor Canadian. Been on the market since 1880. It didn't just get started. But I think you would really love the Crown Royal Black. And that brings us to the question. Now, I do like the fact that Windsor is in the brown bottle, protects it from the light and all that. This is a clear bottle. Theoretically, it could get damaged, but since I have it in the cabinet outside of the light, really isn't any kind of worry there. $11 in England, that would be like £1.50. £1.50 times 11. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I have to take another sip. Sweet corn, clean water, ice. Big Sip Beer Review says, hi, Rama. Hello to you. You know, like icy water, like you would get in Alberta. Even in the summertime, the water would be so cold. And that Mississippi River water comes down from those northern provinces and territories and states. And it can be July here. It might be 92 degrees, hot, sweating. You can go to the Mississippi River half a mile from here and put your hand. It's ice. It's like ice. It's amazing how cold that water can stay from up north down to the Gulf of Mexico. And the better the icier it gets, the better it helps us, because you get that really cold water going into the Gulf of Mexico that helps weaken the hurricanes, because hurricanes, tropical storms and hurricanes thrive on hot water. Hot, hot, hot. So the more they get into the hot water, the more that circulation increases and that speed, and they get really strong. But if they hit that ice water, it just kills them, you know. So that's a good thing, to have that cold, like you say, vein of water going into the Gulf. It's cold. Just been reviewing some Austrian Märzens. Always like a Märzen. Okay. I think, now I know this is age 3 years because it says so on the bottle, age 36 months. So we know this is 3 years. The basic minimum, it's a minimum, you know, a minimal product. It's the basic Canadian whiskey, $11 a bottle. Okay, fine. People drink it. It's not really that popular in Louisiana, but you can find it here and there. No complaints. If I had to drink Canadian, Windsor Canadian every day, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't get excited about it, but I wouldn't mind. It's fine. It's credible. It's been on the market 141 years. It's fine. Now, but the Crown Royal Black is really elevated. I mean, let's be honest. It's a much more advanced product. You get deeper charcoal, strong, you know, a heavier body, stronger alcohol, 90 proof versus 80. In other words, 45% alcohol versus 40. You say, well, that's minimal. It is minimal. It does make a difference. A minimal difference. But the thing that really shines forth in this is the charred oak. The charred oak. And that's why you got that dark appearance. So, I think it is worth the extra $11 at least once. You got to do it. You got to buy it. So I say, if you're going to drink this and say, I want to try it out one time, oh yeah, pay the extra $11. Get it. I mean, that thing is a jewel. They did a great job. It's been on the market for 11 years. It's pretty obvious that they're trying to make a bourbon in Canada, but they can't call it a bourbon because legally you cannot call it a bourbon. And what is a bourbon? It's a corn whiskey aged in charred oak in America, the United States of America. You could go 1 mile across the river into Windsor, Canada. There's a city called Windsor, across from Detroit. You could make a bourbon exactly according to the specifications of U.S. regulations, and you cannot call it a bourbon. You can call it a bourbon style whiskey, whatever. All right, so but yeah, but this is a difficult one. But for everyday drinking, like if you're just going to say, well, every day I'm going to come home from work and make a highball, then you probably would go with the Windsor because it's a lot cheaper. You're going to save $11 if you buy 1 bottle a month. So you say in a year, $11 times 12. Now you see you could save a lot of money. So for everyday common highballs, get the Windsor Canadian. I think you'll go. You can't go wrong. It's fine. It's a good product. No complaints. I have no complaints. But if you want to say, no, I want to try more of what's available. I want to try more developed products, higher grade products, and I'm willing to spend $11. Yeah, get the Crown Royal Black. I'm not saying buy it all the time, but you know, buy the Windsor 11 months out of the year and buy the black every December for the holidays. I don't know how else to say it, but yeah, it's great. It's not world class or anything. I mean, you're not going to get a world class whiskey for $30, but it's really good. It's actually very good. It's actually most excellent. So really, in this sense, when you compare price, ABV, quality level, and all of this, it's sort of like an approach conflict. Like it's a conflict because you have to make a choice. You have to say this or that. But it's an approach conflict. In other words, either choice you make, you're winning. So there's no bad. I've done, I've done some really raggedy, some rough cut. I wouldn't say nasty, but kind of harsh whiskeys on this thing. But these two are really nice. What's your theme? Okay, now that's it. So we have two winners, and it's all about how you want to balance it. And I had a feeling it would be that way. Are you going to be doing more tequila or mezcal reviews, says Hector Lopez. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. The plan is, yes, I do intend to do that. I already have the tequilas lined up. I have a gold and a silver. They're mixed toes. I have Moctezuma silver and Moctezuma Gold. I think I'll do gold first. Moctezuma is a brand that's been on the market since 1976, somewhere in the mid 70s. I was looking at old advertisements. I know the trademark was acquired in the mid 70s. It's pretty popular. It's the the ninth best-selling tequila in America, and it gets no advertising attention whatsoever. Like you'll never see an advertisement for Moctezuma. Maybe in a magazine, but probably you won't. I can't tell you what it tastes like because I never had it, but I did buy it, and it's usually about $8.99 a bottle. So a penny less than $9 a bottle. And I'll put it in taste challenges against the other ones I have. The Tijuana and the El Toro mezcal. I do have a mezcal. I bought a liter at Total Wine and More. Don't know much about it. If you look at the website, they brag about how awesome it is. It's handcrafted. They got a donkey that turns the wheel, that crushes up the agave plants and all of that. The company is shadowy in a way, like you can't really find out much information. But yes, I intend to review it, and then I'm going to put it in a taste challenge against the Monte Alban, which is very it's very popular. Monte Alban, you see it every bar room in that filigree bottle with the caterpillar in it, the worm, but it's really a caterpillar, which I guess is a type of worm, a larva, and which has been on the market since 1977. You would assume that this one I bought would at Total Wine was $32 for a liter. Yeah, it was like $32 for a liter. You would assume it would win because the Monte Alban, that thing tasted like plastic, It had an undertaste of plastic, like literally like a plastic wrapping. And I thought, no, that's not a good sign. But it wasn't terrible. It did come with a bag of spices, like literally a bag of cayenne pepper and salt. And it said you can put this on the mezcal, but I didn't do that. I kept it and I put it on eggs. When I was scrambling eggs, I was putting it on the egg. It made the eggs taste pretty good. Anyway, so closing out. Crown Royal Black, a winner, keeps winning and winning and winning. Oh, what's your theme for next Wednesday? Any Dutch beer. We're going to examine any beer from the Netherlands, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, which would include St. Eustatius Island, Saint Martin, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. But I mean, what beers are made there? So there's virtually no chance of anybody showing up with a beer from the Dutch Caribbean islands. So we know what it's going to be. It's going to be the mainline Dutch beers like Grolsch, Heineken. Maybe somebody might bring a La Trappe, Trappist ale. I would doubt that, but somebody might. I'd love to see somebody show up at a La Trappe quadruple, but a quad. But as long as it's made in the Netherlands, you got it. You got it, man. All right, so that's it. Crown Royal Black wins, but only if you consider a lot of the, well, considerations. It wins, but within a certain context, right? It's how you balance it, making the trade-offs. So this is Thursday. Saturday, we'll do the Gibson's Finest Rare, which is not, to me, fine. It is rare, but I'd never want to drink it again. Unfortunately, I got half the bottle left. Sunday, we'll dive into the Irish whiskies, which will be marginally interesting, I guess, do hands. Then later in the week, next week, we'll do the blended Scotch. And I got Dewar's. Well, every liquor store in America sells Dewar's white label. So, I mean, it's kind of like Johnny Walker Red. It's sort of like mass production, common, but I thought it was all right when I had it. It tasted like grain alcohol, like cereal grains, but it was okay. I mean, I didn't see why people get too excited about it, but it was nice. It was fine. It'll be kind of competitive. The problem is that you're paying, man, that handle bottle cost me $32.95. And from what I can remember from tasting it that one time, I don't see where it's going to really beat the cheapos. But anyway, time will tell. Time will tell. All right. So thanks for watching this video production. I'm going to walk half a mile.